Okay, so I am here to tell you that it's not because you live in another country that you speak the language. Maybe you don't speak the language because you're very lazy, relaxed. Oh, no problems. I have a Brazilian friends. And then you don't speak the language, but you live in America or in London or in United Kingdom or in Ireland, but you don't speak the language. Why? Because the monsters in your mind, look, no, it's not necessary to speak the language. You need friends, Brazilian friends. And then you have a big banana, big, big banana, because then you need clients with more money, but because you don't speak the language, then you have a banana and you don't have money. So please, 3 years or in the country, or 8 years studying English, or 20 years studying English, this is not, now you see, this is not the proof that you can learn the language. If you don't make the change in your mindset, if you don't change here and do not make a lifestyle, never you're going to speak the language. It's mental. It's not about grammar. It's not about, because now I study vocabulary. No, no. Stop studying and change your mind, change your brain. Attention, people, because this is something very, very serious. Now, I'm just going to ask everybody, I am closing your microphones, and I am going to share with you. Today is going to be something really, really fast and furious to make you pop, but understand about the levels of English. So I am going to share with you today the slides, and this is the Common European Framework. It's how they classify the English levels of one person. Okay, time to pop. Let's go. So it's divided in A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, and C2. Mickey, I don't understand. When you go to school, for example, or you need to take a test in English, an exam, they will ask you what type of English. So all Europe decided that this is the classification, the recognized official English standard for you to speak a language. Not only English, but any language. English, Italian, Spanish, whatever. So the Common European framework is this. What is an A1? When you are learning to speak the language, this is the baby steps when you start. So you are the starter, and then you are a basic user. Hi, hello, my name, numbers, alphabet, colors, and blah, blah, blah. A2, elementary. Hey, how are you? Thank you very much. No problems. Parts of the house and blah, blah, blah. B1. This is necessary for to start. For example, if you are going for a new job, they ask minimum level B1 to start working. Okay, minimum level is B1 to have a job opportunity. It's the pre-intermediate. Then after that, you have the B2. B2 is because is fluent, completely fluent English, and you can listen, or you can travel, you can do everything. In between B1 and B2, this is what you should have. More than that, okay, then we have C1, which is a proficient user, upper intermediate. And here you can understand the news on television, the newspaper, blah, blah. And the last level is the C2, which is advanced. In C2, oh my God. C2 is, oh my God. This is for teachers, university, and all that. Okay, so the A1 is the beginner. What is necessary based on the characteristics of an A1 beginner? How many words, Mickey, can classify A1 level, the first step? Okay, congratulations. Yes, you need 700 words or, ta-da, look at this, 100 hours of study. 100 hours. People, believe me, when I'm telling you, if you transform your mentality and transform English into a lifestyle, then you can reduce, not study 100 hours. 100 hours of study includes listening, reading, writing, because then you are curious about, oh, I don't know this word. How can I write this word? And then you go in the dictionary or Google Translate or Chat GPT, and then you look for the translation. Okay. 1 hour, 100 hours of study. It's a lot. Now, I want to speak English fast. Do you dedicate yourself? If you don't dedicate yourself, guess what? No English. Okay, so the C1. Introduce yourself simply. Hi, my name is, I am 46 years old. Basic greetings. Hi, how are you? Thank you very much. No, thank you. End conversation. How is the weather today? It's sunny, it's rainy, it's windy, or it's cold, it's freezing. Okay. Then understand very basic directions from natives. Where is the pharmacy? Go straight, turn left, turn right. The pharmacy is on the corner. This is related to basic directions. Get around the cities by reading simple signs, posters, and notice. What is that? Stop, turn right, turn left. Simple signs from the traffic, from the streets. Okay, this is where, this is the theater. Around the theater, there is the soccer, the football stadium. Passing the football stadium, there are the commercial or the mall or the city center or the commercial center or the shops. Okay. Write very simple descriptions of their hobbies and interests. What is my hobby and what's my interest? Oh, my name is Mickey. I'm 45 years old. I prefer hot weather, or I prefer summer, winter, spring, or autumn, because I don't like summer because it's very hot. So I prefer a temperature of the climate about 24 degrees Celsius. And my hobbies are read a book, go ride my motorcycle, and go out to eat sushi, for example. Okay, this is the basic beginner. Step number 2 is the A2 level. The A2 level is the elementary. So you see that is the double of the words to speak the language. That includes 1,500 words and the double, 200 hours of learning, 200 hours of studying. What includes the elementary? So talk with English speakers and network with English speaking colleagues on familiar topics. Do you have a dog? Do you have a pet? Uh, oh, this is my friend Linda. Do you know Linda? So please, Linda, introduce yourself to the group. Okay. Understand slow, frequently used expressions in areas such as shopping, family, and employment. Example, oh, when I go shopping, my family stays at home because I prefer going shopping by myself. I have uh, more freedom because when I have my kids shopping with me, it's a big problem because they want to shop everything. So after shopping, I have to go to my work. My job is blah, 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 blah. Okay. Here, write about matters of immediate need in simple terms and basic descriptions of family and friends. For example, I need to go to the toilet because every time when I practice sports, right after that, I need to go to the toilet, or going to the pharmacy, for example. Oh, please, can you give me a specific medicine because I have a headache? Okay. Then, uh, and then it's about writing. Okay, of course, writing and speaking. Read short, simple texts containing high frequency vocabulary and shared international expressions. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Every time I have to do this, I remember, or always, never, the most used verbs. There is a list that I can give to you, or you can go on ChatGPT and ask, what are the most used words in English? And then there is a list of about 200 words that are the most used and the most common words. Okay, next. Finish A1 and A2, then let's go to the next. It's the B1 intermediate. Ta-da! How many words do you need? 2,500 words and 400 hours of study. Yay! So, oh no, I am studying English 1 hour per week. 1 hour per week, you're going to take like 400 years to learn. Do you understand? When I tell you that you have to consider English or a language a lifestyle, if you don't do that, you're never going to have vocabulary. It's the journey that you have to follow. Then B1, describe experiences and desires. Experience and desires. Wow, I wish my next trip is going to be to Australia because I always had the desires to see the kangaroos. I always, okay, so experience, yeah, everything you want. Now, listen and understand English TV shows, but still need English subtitles. TV shows, movies with English subtitles, not only listen in English and read the subtitles in your language. Stop with that. If you listen the movie or the TV series in English only, but then you don't read in English, what are you doing? Like the brain, every 2 minutes disconnects. And when the brain disconnects, you are not paying attention to what you hear. But you cannot disconnect if you are reading. So you need to follow that, okay? Reading. That's why it's important. Oh, no, but I read in Portuguese because I don't understand. Or I read in Italian because then I don't understand. Or I read in Spanish because if not, then you are inside your world, your bubble, and you are in the comfort zone. In the comfort zone, you never learn. Do you understand, my loves? Okay, so let's poof the bubble. And we needed to do something extra. Your level is not going up if you don't sacrifice. Sacrifice is necessary. If not, then next, follow the plot in fairly simple English stories and understand what's going on on the news. In the news, I honestly, because I don't watch news, but I don't watch news in any language. It's not about English. So I have not practiced, I have not developed my listening for news. Then, because I don't practice, I don't understand. I understand the vocabulary and I understand the context. Yes, but very specifically, no, I don't. Why? Because I don't practice. The more you practice, the more you train. It's about training. Train your ears. Okay? About simple stories. Like, for example, you take a short story book. And this is one idea. We can, for example, make a community where everybody is going to tell a story. And then we can transform these small stories into a book. Why not? Next, write simple text on topics that are familiar or of personal interest. The texts related to personal interest is about writing. Mickey, but it's difficult. Yeah. And what's the problem? If you don't practice, if you don't train, it's difficult forever. My recommendation, start writing a diary. Every night when you go to bed, take a book and write. Today, my day was beautiful. Today, my day was difficult. Today, my day was fantastic because I had 2 new clients, because I listened to a podcast and I don't understand. But today is the first day. Let's see what happens tomorrow. People, it's about curiosity. If you're not curious, if you're not hungry to learn the language, you're never going to learn. Lions are hungry and they go and to catch the prey. If you're not hungry, you're not a lion. Lions are baby cats. You learn as a baby cat, but then you have to grow. So please, while you not understand that English is part of your life, and think like, oh, I speak Indian English. Ooh. No. So we are big people in terms of we are adults and we are mature. Mature people, adults, do what they must do and not what they want to do. I make it, but I don't want. Then you are a baby. Adults do what has to be done. No blah, blah, blah. No me. No excuses. But no. Take responsibility of your life to do it. I am your nutritionist and I give food for your mind. But if you, the nutritionist, you return 1 time a month to the nutritionist, And the nutritionist wants the results. It's because now you are adult and you don't have mama and the father and the mother to say, hey, you returned from school. How was your day at school today? And because you don't have mama, you think you don't have more responsibilities. Think about that. Really? Yes. We are adults and we have big responsibilities. So if you transform your life into a lifestyle in another language, you learn fast. And then you don't need here 400 hours of study because your brain is trained to be part of your life. Okay? And this is just the B1 intermediate level. Going to the next level, we have the B2. And for B2, you have 4,000 words and 600 hours of study. Oh my God, Nikki. Look, life is similar to a video game. Different levels. If you don't put on the fire, you are not going to pop. No popcorn with low fire. No popcorn. Consistency and discipline. Put in your mind that the responsibility is yours. Santa Claus, ho, 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 is not coming. So what you have to do on B2? B2 is, this is for a fluent conversation and jobs opportunities, okay? Take an active part in discussions in familiar context and provide relevant explanations and arguments. No, because talking about this, I believe that this is not good because the government, okay. Understand standard speech spoken, blah, 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 at a normal speech, provided the topic is reasonably familiar. For Nikki, I don't understand. Relax. Standard speech. Now, in this moment, I am giving you a standard speech. I am speaking in a normal speed. No, because I am speaking very, no. I'm not speaking very fast. No, I am speaking normally. People confuse. There is a big difference. Speak fast and speak fluently. Speaking fast is about your personality. If you speak fast in Portuguese, in Spanish, in Italian, then automatically the tendency is to speak fast in English. If you are a calm person, a yoga teacher, then you speak in this, I don't know, spiritual pace, but it's because you speak slow in Italian, in English, in Portuguese. And then automatically you speak slow in English because it's the part of your personality. But you speak fluently because speaking fluently is related to do you understand? Speaking fluently is speaking, but without interruption. Okay? Speaking fluently is when you don't have time to put in order the grammar. And then this is the point where people have big problems with the fluency because they think about grammar, and because the system of the English schools, you have to speak perfectly, correctly, no mistakes. And this is a big, big problem, because the school puts in your mind that, yes, grammar first. No, this is a big mistake. Grammar never first. First, input, listen and reading, input, and then the output. The listening, input. The output of listening is speaking. Input, reading. The output is writing. Example, deaf people, people that cannot hear, they don't speak. Why? It's obvious. If you don't listen, you don't know the pronunciation. You don't know the phonetics. If you have problems hearing, you cannot speak. Please listen, 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 and listen. The most, like, the most that you can, just listen. And then when you listen, children, when they are babies, 1 year old, 2 years old, they listen, and then they repeat, they speak. You cannot write if you don't read first. So practice, practice, and practice. Hours and hours of training, not necessarily studying, but training. Okay. For example, another standard speech, listen to TED Talks. If you don't know what it is, after I'll give you the link. TED Talks on YouTube. Everything. It's one of the best exercises that you can do. Next, understand the main ideas when reading a complex text, as well as contemporary literary prose, articles, and reports. I don't know, romance, reports from the company. Oh, the quarterly month the quarterly of this year, the financial report is related to sales, marketing, communication, blah, blah. Okay? Standard, the main ideas when reading a complex text. Oh, yeah. Okay. Prose is like a prose. Articles and reports. And write clear, detailed text on subjects related to their interests or area of expertise. What is your area of expertise? Are you expert in finance? Are you expert in decoration? Are you expert in pharmacy? Are you expert on education? Can you write a report about that? This is the B2 level. Now, going up to the next, we have, okay, so yeah, who uses B2? Miki, who uses B2? What is a B2? You use for general business and office jobs, administrative assistants, office managers, sales representatives with international clients, HR assistants, conducting interviews in English, junior or middle level employees for multinational companies. Then customer service and hospitality. So people, B2 is the minimum or the acceptable to be fluent in a language. Call centers, hotel staff, retail workers, always with, of course, international customers. Then the IT or technical about computing, IT supports that work with computer softwares, developers, network administrators. Next, healthcare and medical fields, nurses, pharmacists, receptionists in the pharmacy, international patients. So B2 is what is necessary. You must have. Then next, education and training. Schools teachers to enter in a school to teach, or in the university, or school teachers, private tutors, trainers for personal development courses or professional development, or so minimum B2. Next, 6, logistics and transportation, airline companies, truck drivers, ship, okay, and freight coordination, logistics in transportation, and creative and media field, marketing, graphic designers, journalists. This for you to pop your mind and understand what are the levels of English. Next one. Who needs more than a B2? B2, I will show you the first slide again. B2 is what is necessary. Okay, let's put this way. So if you needed to find a goal, a B2 is what you have to, it's the middle area. A1, B2, A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. Who needs more than a B2? Miki, is it necessary? Now, if a job involves legal contracts, public speaking, negotiation, advanced writing, then C1, C2 is preferable. However, for most day-to-day professional communication, B2 is enough to work efficiently in an English-speaking environment. Okay? Now, because it's necessary. No, relax. B2, it's okay. Because more than B2, then we go to C1, which is advanced. What's necessary on C1? 8,000 words and 800 hours of study. Oh my God, 800 hours. This is forever. Okay, C1, express ideas fluently for presentations in the language. If you work for a company, then you need to speak fluently to present your idea. Hello, my name is, I work for this company and I am responsible for the commercial or sales negotiation. You need to be, okay. Understand subtle jokes and implicit meanings within a conversation. Then, how to understand these jokes? Listening to comedy. Comedy is free on YouTube. Follow accounts on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube related to comedy. Miki, but it's difficult. You don't understand. Yes, but if you don't train, you never learn. Next, understand a wide range of demanding in longer texts. What are the demanding and longer texts? Maybe inside a company, a request. Please, let's imagine for an event. For the event, Miki requires, I don't know, 100 white towels. I'm just inventing. 700 bananas, 500 apples. Of course, I am joking, but is the requirement of with a lot of vocabulary. And write extensively on a diverse range of topics, and approach unfamiliar ones with ease. Easy. Okay, what is that? For example, excuse me, sir, I am lost in the city and I don't know how to get to the hospital. Can you help me get to the hospital? This is speaking, okay, of course, you can speak simple, like, excuse me, where is the hospital? Yes. Or you can just, I'll tell you a story now. When I lived in America, in United States, the first time, I I used it to take off my watch just because I wanted to speak English with people on the street. Everybody that I see on the street, every 5 minutes, I go, excuse me, what time it is? It's ridiculous. No, but yes and no. But I was training my brain to speak English with people. It's about being intentional. When you are intentional, why do you ask the time for people? Because you want to know the time? No, because you want to practice your listening for free, no money. Then why do you want to pay a course if you live in the place that speaks English? Don't put your money in the garbage. Stop. Think. Organize all the minions inside and use your brain. And then you speak English, you save money. Beautiful. Next. Who uses C1? Ah, look. Wow. Corporate business professionals, managers, HR professionals, sales and marketing, always with international clients, IT and engineering, software engineers, data analysts, medical and healthcare professionals, again, nurses, doctors, okay, medical researches. Research is study to, oh, where did, how did COVID started? And then you research in the university. Okay. Education and training, English teachers, university lecturers, like me, corporate trainers, like me. Okay. It's very fluent and full of vocabulary. Okay. Customer support and client facing roles. What is a client facing? Is when you have the client in front of you, not in the telephone, but the client in front of you. International customer service, travel agent, flight attendants. No. Ladies and gentlemen, please fasten your seatbelt because we are ready to departure. No. Okay. Media and communication, journalists with global news, content creators, public relation, and government and international relations. Then you need a C1 level. Ah, 4, look at this. C2 level. That's the top of the language. 4, English, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, okay? Because this standard, the CEFR, is a regular standard for all the languages, not only English. You need 16,000 words and 1,200 hours of study. Oh my God. To be fluent, well, very fluent, that you native level, okay, if you're born in the country, usually is a C2. Oops, there is a mistake here, not C1, C2. So what is necessary? Express themselves with spontaneity and fluency and deal with hostile questioning confidently. Nikki, for example, on the cruise ship, a lot of clients in the transatlantic ships that I worked, a lot of clients, because I have an excursion to go. And, sir, I understand that you needed to get off the ship to go to your excursion, but for now, the captain has not freed the ship yet. Everybody needs to wait. When people come like, Hakuna Matata, meditation, and so it's about emotional intelligence. You need to relax and resolve the situation in your brain before you attack the customer. Wow. Write coherently and concisely with the ability to summarize information to construct comprehensive arguments. This is too much. You don't need that, not that level. Honestly, when I made my exam, I have a C2 certificate, but let me tell you, during the exam, I was like sweating because I believe my level is not that. I believe. I made the test. My grammar is not the best. But I convince the judges, the people who were, I convince them because when they ask a question, because there is the writing, reading, interpretation, like comprehension, the listening, and the speaking part. It's 5 parts. No, 6 parts. And the use of grammar. Honestly, I am terrible. I am very, very bad. And these exams are usually in English. That means not American English, but British English. And because I never train my listening, I never train because I don't like personally, okay, then I never listen. If I never listen, for me, it's difficult. And then I am always like, oh my God, I am always shaking because am I going to pass this exam? Really? I am afraid. Okay. I don't know how. Why? Because I am good in speaking and I use different vocabulary. Okay. So express yourself fluently and spontaneously. Write coherently and concisely with the ability to summarize information to construct comprehensive arguments. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Today we have ChatGPT to help. So relax. Understand everything they hear within the language with ease. So understand everything. Look, honestly, I don't think we will ever understand everything. It's impossible. You understand everything? No, because every day new words, new vocabulary exist. Every day people create new words, especially now with the technology in the modern world. It's crazy. Every day a new word. Okay. Read complex technical texts at speed. Fast. Okay. Yeah. Now that you understand B1, A1, A2, B1, B2, look here, A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. Now you understand, you must be around here, B1 and B2. Remember the number of hours you needed to practice and the vocabulary that you needed to get. And then please make the exercise from the dictionary that I gave to you in another lesson. Okay? Now that, oh, I understand the monster of English that you see how it's like stairs. Yeah. You have to, the first one is difficult. And then the second, okay, to get to the others. I hope you enjoyed this lesson to understand what is the world of languages. And now it's your responsibility to do something for your life. This is the time that you take responsibility and say, I can do it, and really do it. See you next class.